to you, it's more important for you to get, right first before you go after a job. So what, you don't have a job right at this moment. You're not going to keep a job if you just keep in this state. And eventually you're not going to get any good jobs, because that didn't used to be you having that many jobs as you had in the last year over everything. And you would just grab any old job to have it. And it's like, think about this, But sometimes out of necessity, people have to do what they have to do. That's true. That might not be your dream job, and nobody goes right out and gets their dream job, but you never know. But at least you're doing something you can tolerate, and that's not just like one job you're going to do, which is so not you, as a lift truck driver. Like, why, Corey? Why would you? I'm thinking, why are you even setting yourself up for that? Just to do it because you're going to show everybody you're fine. You could, you just got out of another rehab, and one after another, and every single one, you got it. You knew what to do right from there on. Didn't need nothing else. But, it was like getting you to stay in one was like really hard, because after day 2 or 3, you knew everything there was to know, and you got it figured out. Oh, I see what I was doing wrong. That's all I need to do is that. Okay, I got this. Mm-hmm. Those people don't know what they're talking about. There was always an excuse of some sort why the rehab was worse than the alcohol. I know the place in California, there was blood on the sheet and there was no sheets.
Yeah, well, I left that one. That was in Palm Springs. Then they took me to LA or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. And then that one had problems of this or that. And
you having sex with animals?
Well, he wasn't having it there.
No, but once he told the story, but that's the thing. Like, I was looking for excuses, and
it seems like everybody in their lifetime comes across where you can't unhear it. Sex story of some sort we wish you hadn't heard. Maybe that's just the way it goes, but it was about your recovery, not his weirdness. You know what I mean?
Right, but it was the excuse that I was looking for.
Yep. And LA is pretty hardcore with the kind of addicts that they have.
And that was my first rehab, so
yeah.
I was like,
you're getting used to it, and then it was like hardcore thing. But I guess it's all hardcore if you look at it that way, but
yeah,
I don't know. But yeah, there's bed bugs. People have your biggest one, which is actually ironic and hilarious, Mr. Sid over there. People are having sex in there. This is hooking up. That's all they're there for, is hooking up.
Well, and that'll happen, at
and that's
centers.
really bothered you before.
Well, it did.
Well, then why'd you do it?
What are you talking about?
I hear you talk.
I'm not saying anything.
I know.
About that kind of stuff, But
I'm just saying, that was one of your excuses. The people that are there,
because there are some people that are there for it, and I was never there for any of that. I was not going to try to find a wife in a rehab. I was not looking for a rehab relationship. I advise against that. Unless you just want to find out for yourself what it feels like to get burned.
5-minute stands.
No, but see, when you're vulnerable, when you're in that state, it feels good to have the attention from somebody else.
Right, but I'm just saying that was one of your excuses, ironically.
Well, no, yeah, because
sometimes.
Because that one time I was distracted by the nonsense that was going on in there, and that'll happen sometimes at rehabs. It's all, somebody asked me if there's a family member that was looking into going somewhere, and they asked if, that person would like it, and I said, no, they won't. But then again...
That person's child asked you, right? If you're talking about, I think. Okay.
And then who knows? It's crapshoot. You don't know who you're going to be in there with. Somebody could have been in there with me and just been blessed, And...
Which place did you see she wouldn't like? Or he,
I'm not going to say any names or anything like that, but some place I had some
sexual relationship going on. Don't play that on my podcast with me on it. Anyhow.
Check, 1, 2.
Ryan, that's my mom's favorite. Actually, she's like, why is Ryan always saying that?
Check.
No, I know at some point it must be that, but
Well, he's not.
Why is beginning? Oh,
Thanks, Chris. What your problem is tonight? Must have been too many of that donuts.
I didn't have a donut. Those nasty things we bought for the company coming over
Think about
from
Sid.
Big Lots. Ugh. Don't buy cookies at Big Lots.
Yeah, and don't drink and drive.
No, of course not.
No, of course not. You want to buy... What did you buy from Big Lots? The food here?
Cookies.
Yeah, you thought that was going to be good. Good idea. Let's talk about that. What happened? What went wrong?
I was like, everybody's coming over. I better grab some here there.
We don't want it
Went there
too
for
good.
tape.
We don't want to go to Meijer.
No, because Big Lots was supposed to have tape for $1.
But that works really well too.
And then,
It's probably just this is a couple little.
and then I saw the person that we both know manages there,
Big Lots.
Brandy. Remember I told you who sold our couch?
You got your couch at Big Lots.
It's a actual Lane's couch by the Lane Company.
What? I didn't know you got it. There's nothing wrong with that.
I told you that. Brandy.
Don't let me guilt you and shame you into something.
You ain't shaving me into anything. It's a good couch. It's comfortable.
It doesn't smell like cat pee, even if it does.
No, Ryan, you gotta come back down for a visit and check out the different couch, just to prove to you that we don't live that way. That has to do with a situation with the cat at the time. If everybody else is listening, if anyone's listening, where's that noise?
Gunshot.
Oh, I don't like that one either. You know why? Let me just explain that part. What goes on
Stormy
in the
night.
world right now?
What's going on in the
that.
world?
But the gunshot is like there's too many people killing people in malls, and you know all this crap that goes on with guns.
Knife sound effect.
No. Yeah, but you know what I mean. You be in the mall sometime when you hear noises like that, when you know people do go around shooting up.
I was at the mall. in
What
South
did you
Bend
tell
one
me
time.
that there's a story you just recently told me that, you know what story, that somebody had planned to do something like that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You should do it. I'm not going to even say.
Fanfare. All right, so
But I mean, people do that and you hear guns and it's like, maybe somebody had somebody that was shot in their family by accident. Or on purpose.
is that what happened to Sid, my father? Was it an accident? Is that why I never met him? When are we going to tell me about this? Anyway, yeah, Kylie, my sister, asked her to be on the podcast too, but it's too busy. She's got kids and stuff, so it was hard.
What was that SID thing? She didn't want to get in trouble with her husband. She knew there was some SID going on down the broadcast.
Yeah. But no, it's been a year, and I thank you though, and Mike for not giving up on me when there was times where I'm sure you guys both were driving to the hospital to get me or whatever, just going, when's this going to end? Like, what are we doing?
I was exhausted. But, you know, it's the roller coaster thing that they tell you. You know, you were on the roller coaster, and the same therapist that told me to let you die, it was the same one that told me I needed to let go and get off the roller coaster. But the thing is, being a parent, you see your child gets on the roller coaster, and it's like, oh, crap. He don't know how to ride a roller coaster. Little Corey. Ryan and Chris know what I mean by that. Oh, little Corey went and got on that roller coaster by himself, so Mom's like, oh, my God, I better hang out. Well, it took off, and here I am rattling on the outside, banging around. I'm not even in a seat. You're in a seat, at least.
And we're at the
You're up and down, and I'm just being like a rag doll, you know, blowing in the wind. But that's my baby. I ain't letting go of that roller coaster till they bring that thing to a stop, so I can whip little Corey's behind. No, but seriously, I mean, yeah, I mean, it was exhausting, and yeah, I wondered if it would ever end. But it's like, I am not giving up. I'm just not, you know. And so, it's like, you're on a roller coaster yourself, but so is, you know, somebody else along with you, possibly, if you're lucky enough. Some people may not even have somebody like that to care enough about them to keep looking after them, and that's what makes you feel bad. You know, I think I just got very lucky, you know. Of course, all the years I didn't know, because you lived far away from home. But once I found out, it just cost me a lot of money in airline tickets every time someone called me and tell me what was going on. Thank goodness. Like, okay, let me talk to him. I'm not going to talk. Well, I'll be down there then. He learned I'd just hop on a plane and fly down there and see him if he wanted to talk to me. But anyway, it's just been, for our family and our journey. I know Corey was alone on his journey, but he wasn't really. He, in his mind, was alone, and he felt alone. But in a way, he wasn't really ever alone. At the end, though, I was getting tired and worn out, and it's like, I didn't think my therapist was onto something, but I did think, well, can't do anything. He's going to keep doing this. I'm done. And your sister started getting more worried, and she's the one that would call me and say, Mom, you got to call, have him do a well check. Well, we gave them their workout.
I should have brought him some dick over there, the Buchanan Police Department.
And they probably started putting all the new guys on the night shift. Well, we're going to get that Winfield call again tonight. Let's put, these guys are new, they're rookies. Let's put them on that. Get them good and trained on well checks. They even knew which bedroom door to knock on and their window and everything else. Because it was tricky on that apartment knowing where your window was.
Okay.
Sometimes I'd get a call back. He says he's not drinking. Like, okay. Yep.
They'd be like, open up. I'm like,
one policeman said, I'm sitting right here on the bed with him. I'm like, what? He goes, he realized how that sounded. And we're talking, and he's not drinking. He's not. I'm like, I'd laugh at some of the police that he could fool. He could actually fool some of the cops. Except for these last guys, I think they're just sick and tired of going out and doing well checks. I think they came up with a really good plan.
Yep.
Where they hired a couple guys just to meet them there.
Something, man. Their stories didn't make sense, but, you know, like my lawyer told me, this might have just saved your life. You know, when's the last time you were sober for a year? Because you're going to have to be sober for a year. And I was
the cops really wanted you to get help. They weren't like, the Buchanan Police Department were very patient and very kind and very nice, but I'm sure irritated. They would all say, such a good guy, you know, he's got a good personality, and they really liked talking to you. Like the one guy, he just jumped up on the bed with you, apparently. But, you know, and some of them wanted to stay and talk to you and help you. You know, like the one guy, I remember one time wouldn't leave because he felt like he had to keep talking to you, and he thought he was getting somewhere, and they were very helpful, except for it made them sad that you didn't get help and that you weren't getting help, and they were probably afraid they were going to find you dead there one time, you know. And so if they did devise a plan like that, I think it would be pretty genius of them. But I think God is more genius than them, and what you were doing out without your wallet. I don't know why you're driving without your car keys.